Oh, dear.
Ready to go with the first qualifying heat of the night for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack. Merchandising Sprint Cars Josh Hansen, Jamie Turner will bring us to the green flag.
Wow. Matt Farnham in that 7NY. This horsepower doesn't bother him one bit, does it?
No, he's right up there duking it out for the lead in this one. The other guy that I watched on that same lap is a 17X of Mac Demand. Started tail. He's working on fourth right now with Ryan Turner as Farnham has taken the lead.
Farnham impressive. There's a couple of spots, one going into one going into three, where the car gets a little bit upset. Doesn't seem to affect him one bit. He keeps his foot to the floor, hammer down, and carries on.
So it's Matt Farnham out in front in the Hoddock Racing, number 7NY. Jamie Turner second, holding off Josh Hansen. Here comes the highlight man, Mac Demand. He looks down low on Jamie Turner off of corner two. That car is hooked up.
Jamie Turner's not hooked up too badly either. He's running kind of a more adult line. He's running through the smooth of the racetrack, where if you've been around racing as long as he has, it's probably a more enjoyable ride than bouncing off the cushion and running the line that Mac Demand and Matt Farnham are.
Farnham checking out as he goes down the backstretch into corner number 3 and setting sail this time by 2 laps left to go for the driver out of Tonawanda, New York.
Aaron Turkey to the inside of Burke, gets squeezed off there in turn number 2. They're battling at the back of this field. Impressive turnout. 27 sprint cars in the pits tonight as Matt Farnham sees the white flag. He's out in front by a full straightaway over Josh Hansen.
Farnham catching the tail end of the pack as he muscles that car off of corner 2 and down into the third turn. Checkers about to come out, and Matt Farnham, his first time in a 360 here at Oshwegan, and he picks up the heat race win convincingly over Josh Hansen. Mac Demand, Jamie Turner will grab the 4th spot over Ryan Turner and Holly Porter. And it'll be John Burbridge, Scott Burke, and Aaron Turkey rounding out the field.
That was some good racing.
Entertaining first qualifying heat, and Matt Farnham makes a statement. As I mentioned, he made a couple of visits last week in the 360 sprints down in New York State. But his first 360 start here at Oshwegan Speedway, and he was on a mission from the drop of the green flag. Needless to say, I think he's hooked on sprint car racing now.
You know what? I love the fact he races just about anything. Dirt modified, dirt sportsman, crate sprint car, 360 sprint car. Got to say hello to my friend Noah, who's tuned in tonight, watches us online every chance that he gets. And Chuck Hoddick saying, nice job, Matt.
From Brantford downtown, Mitch Brown in car number 10. There's a couple of more drivers that'll be in line, I'm sure, for the Top Gun Award, brought to you by Nathan Ackland Insurance, when you got Scott Kruder or Mitch Brown starting this far deep in the field.
You know, we've got so much talent at the racetrack here. There's always going to be drivers coming from the back. These fields are stacked.
Into corner 1 they go as Dan Nanakoke leads the way, and this time he'll go over Sean Evans.
Wow. That was Sean Evans' heart may still be stopped, but that was as gently as you can lay over a sprint car and come back on its wheel. We're going to
see the other angle now. And
I wonder if Scott Kruder runs an in-car camera. I would like to see the footage from it if he does. I think I might have called him Hoddick when I was talking about the replay. Sorry about that.
Tyler Rand and Jacob Dykstra make up row 2. Jared Horseman and Scott Kruder back in row 3. Then it's Kyle Phillips and Mitch Brown in row 4.
I'm sorry, Allison. It was an honest mistake.
Danico washes up high in corner 2. That opens the inside for Derek Jonathan, but look at the straight shooter, Scott Kruder. Wow, what a lap for him. He goes to the point.
Beautiful entry into the turns. He just drives that car so straight into the turns. Then a great setup, brings it all the way around the corner. I mean, that is a beautiful couple of laps put together by Scott Kruder.
Danico back there in the second spot with Derek Jonathan running in third. Then it's Jared Horseman and Jacob Dykstra. Mitch Brown trying to make up some ground here as he works on the back end of Shane Ross.
Horseman there working off the cushion down the racetrack, trying to get a run on Derek Jonathan. Now he'll get that run to the outside, but he scrubs a little bit of speed off there in turn 2. Jonathan maintains that third spot.
Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go in the second qualifying heat of 3. Here comes Horseman, the outside of Derek Jonathan, and 2 just makes it work. Slides by the 81 into the third spot.
Laps continue to click away. Dan Danico doing a nice job right now in that 15 machine as we see Scott Kruder get up out of the groove.
Dan has made big strides here in 2019 in that 15 car and looks a lot more comfortable, a lot steadier, and he's riding in second.
Maybe Scott Kruder didn't get up out of the groove. He ran exactly the same line that time. Let's see if he does it again. In 3 and 4, he runs up at the top of the used dirt. But in 1 and 2, he's going way up the outside where nobody has ventured tonight. It's working for him.
Yeah, he's trying to make a lane that'll be there come feature time for him to use. And here he comes off of corner 4. The straight shooter picks up a heat race win. Scott Kruder over Jared Horseman, who slipped by Dan Danico, who will finish third. Derek Jonathan comes home in fourth, and Mitch Brown fifth. And it's Shane Ross sixth, seventh Tyler Rand, and eighth go to Kyle Phillips. Scott Kruder in the Fiberworks Composite Merzac Enterprises Casey's Truck Salvage 49K picks up the win, and he did it without the left front panel on the front nose wing of that car, and that can't be much fun to drive either. But a good job by Scott Kruder picking up the win. Jared Horseman with a nice ride up to the second spot. I'm sure he's here thinking about the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals under a month away, getting some track time in. Now, their team car was here for the Northern Summer Nationals, Max Stambaugh.
Well, it's good to get that track time in. I mean, these guys are the best of the best. Made his announcing debut over at Delaware Speedway not long ago when the ISMA Super Modifieds were in town.
Yeah, he worked last Saturday night. Tommy Gooch was up in the tower. Curtis was down track side, and really wish I'd had a chance to hear that. Sounds like it was a good show. Eight laps will be the distance for this qualifying heat. As Caleb Wood will lead them down to the corner, but here comes Corey Turner on the outside line of the Burger Barn Ace 1 construction machine is to the front, and look at Dylan Westbrook disposing of cars.
Dylan Westbrook heading to the outside, just like we saw Kruder do, just like we saw Farnham do. He's up into that fourth spot. But out in front, Corey Turner leads the way in the Burger Barn number 13 machine with Caleb Wood doing a nice job to hold off some heavy competition behind him.
Across the stripe to complete lap number 2, and with Corey Turner at the top of the board over Caleb Wood, Jim Hoopinen, and D-Dubs Dylan Westbrook. He is not settled right now on where he is. He wants to get by Hoopinen, digging hard, but Hoopinen holding him off so far, and that's tire 0.
Did it surprise you to watch Westbrook go to the inside last lap into turn 1? I just assumed he was going to keep sailing around the top, but he's down on the bottom, pedaling that race car. He pedals on past Jim Hoopinen. Hoopinen back to the bottom.
Meanwhile, Corey Turner setting sail out in front. Now D-Dubs will move to the second spot as he gets by Caleb Wood. Wood back to the third spot. Hoopinen and Jake Brown right behind him.
Kevin Paul's in that 46. We don't talk about him an awful lot, but there's a driver who has really picked up the pace. He's going to get lapped in this qualifying heat, but there were heats when he first came out where he was getting lapped twice in one race.
Yeah, definite improvements from Kevin Paul's. Good to see. He's kept the car clean, which is a good thing as well. He hasn't had any major incidents to this point. As Corey Turner gets by him, Dylan Westbrook trying to slice into that lead.
Caleb Wood up on the outside of Brown. They're down the back straightaway. The white flag going to come out this time for Corey Turner. Wood going to give up that spot to Brown.
Turner set sail down the backstretch for the final time into corners 3 and 4. Checkered flag comes out, and Corey Turner picks up the win in the Burger Barn East 1 Construction Mobile 1, number 13 over Dylan Westbrook. Third will go to Jim Hoopinen. Fourth, Jake Brown. Fifth at the line, Caleb Wood. Sixth will go to, Pete Richardson holds on over Steve Lyons. Then it's Curtis Gartley and Kevin Pauls. So Tillsonburg, Ontario's Corey Turner picks up heat race win number 3, as that concludes qualifying for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars.
We're going to have to look back at the statistics, but we're hearing that Matt Farnham set a track record in his qualifying heat, according to Jeremy Hughes. Now, Tommy Googe would probably tell you can only break a track record in qualifying. I'm not sure if we count that or not. Greg, do you know?
I don't. Sorry, I'm not even going to pretend that I know. Clayton Johns is up here in the tower. He might know. He's like Tommy 2.0 here. 9B. Going from 5th from Grand Island, New York, the 21P of Kyle Phillips. And starting 6th from Thamesford, the 45, Curtis Gartley. 7th spot from Oshweek, the 68 of Aaron Turkey. And scheduled to go from 8th, Sean Evans out of Scotland in the 87X. He's able to get that car repaired in time for this. Hopefully he will be. And Kevin Pauls will start from position number 9. He's out of Caister Center in the 46. Nine cars, top 6 transfer into tonight's Cool Kids Ice and Water A main event. Sean Evans makes his way out onto the track. Ready to go.
Well, this makes it exciting, doesn't it? Last chance race. See, one last chance race. You know who's going to get in. You know who's not in. Everybody who needs to be here is here. Three cars, folks. Look at this field of cars. Starting the race, 3 of them will not start tonight's A main.
Field tightens up, getting ready to come to the green flag. Last chance dance for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. Steve Lyons, John Burbridge will bring us to the green. We're underway to see who will punch their tickets into the A.
Lyons with a good launch, but Burbridge as well as Sean Evans heads up the outside in the 87 machine. Having a little bit of trouble getting that car to turn.
Aaron Turkey works his way into the top 6 now. He'll shoot by Curtis Gartley into 5th. Brings Sean Evans around the outside line. He can't get by Gartley.
Gartley in that magic spot, that 6th position that'll get him into the A main. As I say that, Sean Evans goes around on the outside.
And Steve Lyons out in front by a good distance over Scott Burke. John Burbridge back there in spot number 3. Aaron Turkey coming from the back now works on that 3rd position. 5th right now is Tyler Rand, and 6th, Sean Evans.
Sean Evans going to the outside again with a problem. That car bobbles, bounces. He drives it up the racetrack, so he'll lift off the throttle and let it settle down, but he lost a lot of ground.
Oh, he's got problems on that car as now he is slow up in corner 3. It looks like the left rear has come apart on that car again. And he will have to take a pit side as Steve Lyons goes by him. Cross flags in the air.
Disappointment for Sean Evans in that Ackland's Insurance Hills Racing number 87. So now Kevin Pauls and Kyle Phillips are out of transfer spots, but Phillips closing in on Curtis Gartley to race for that 6th spot.
I believe there's only a 2-minute work area during the A main, not during the B. Otherwise, Sean would have made the smart move, pulled over, stopped the race, got in, changed the tire. But Sean, knowing that his night was over, gets it into the pit area. Good job to save it again here tonight.
Steve Lyons out in front by about a straightaway over 2nd place, which now belongs to Aaron Turkey in that 68.
2 laps left to go. Steve Lyons, Aaron Turkey, second, third. Scott Burke having a good, solid run there in that 9B. John Burbridge back in position 4. Tyler Rand in 5th, and 6th now was Curtis Gartley with the white flag out.
Curtis Gartley in that 5-pound number 45 doing a nice job right now, but Kyle Phillips not letting him get away. He's got one more lap to try to mount a challenge on the 45.
Checkers out. Steve Lyons gets the win over Aaron Turkey. Scott Burke in the 3rd spot. 4th, John Burbridge. 5th, Curtis Gartley. 6th, Tyler Rand. So Kyle Phillips, Kevin Pauls, and Sean Evans will not qualify for tonight's A main. The winner of B main action here for the 360 Sprint Cars, the driver to Carlisle, Ontario, the Nitro 54 variety. MMBO Direct Marketing, car number 9 of Steve Lyons.
Good job, full fields in all divisions, and they got through all of the qualifying before 9:15.
Merchandising Sprint Cars. Jared Horseman, Mac DeMann on the front row. The Strickland GMC pace truck about to pull off on the backstretch. Kyle McKenzie with double greens in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation. 24 of the best fire it down into corner number 1, and it's Mac DeMann grabbing the lead 3 wide for the 2nd spot. Matt Farnham will take the spot from Dylan Westbrook.
Farnham and Westbrook battle for 2nd as Horseman battling to keep control of that 17 machine. That thing was ugly in 3 and 4.
Here comes Farnham back down to the inside of D-Dubs. Dylan Westbrook, man, this guy has been good since stepping behind the wheel of a sprint car. Matt Farnham riding there in 3rd.
Slide job city all over the racetrack. Corey Turner sliding Josh Hansen up on a turn number 4. Hansen going to dish it right back to him in 1 and 2.
Jared Horseman in threat of losing a top 5 run right now with Scott Kruder right there on the back Nerf bar. Kruder had gotten by him. Now Horseman back by into the 5th spot. Here comes Kruder back to the inside as they're side by side for that 5th position.
Kruder running the bottom of the racetrack as we've got one up on turn 1 and 2. Spun around. That is Dan Nanakoke in the Nitro 54, number 15. Wee doggy. Ken Horseman in the 17. Then it's Scott Kruder in the 49. I was surprised to see Kruder working the bottom of the racetrack there before that yellow flag, Greg. He's one that loves getting up on the cushion.
Doing what he needs to do to get by a very talented Jared Horseman. Always tough when he is here in town. Here comes Kruder back down to the inside. Meanwhile, at the front, DeMann leads him. D-Dubs right in behind, and a good 3-car battle behind him as Jake Brown goes around and over. Red flag will come out.
Jake Brown winds up upside down, and Mitch Brown made contact with the 7 of Matt Farnham, or vice versa. Last lap out of turn number 2, and of course Mitch Brown coming to a stop right next to his brother there so he can have a good look at what's going on. I think Jake Brown's had enough. He wants out of that 110, upside down or not. If we don't have a replay of what happened to Jake Brown, if you can get a replay of what happened with Mitch Brown in the 10 and the 7 in turn 2 last lap, that was close to catastrophe. As they get the 110 back on its wheel.
Jake, are you okay? That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just sad. No one wears that work great around here. Could have a great racetrack, but friggin' the cushion's just deadly.
There's Jake. or saying that it's the track, but there's not much of a cushion up there right now, so we'll have to watch that replay.
Jake Brown. Turn 4, just waiting for Dan Hancock to go by, then he'll make his way down into the infield. We'll be ready to go with McDeman out front.
The highlight man hits the gas pedal and back on it. Down into corner 1 they go. Dylan Westbrook right there in his tire tracks. Matt Farnham and Mitch Brown were going at it in corner number 2 as well. Here comes D-Dubs on the bottom side. Slides up in front of Demand. Demand back on the bottom, leads the lap.
Beautiful crossover by McDeman. They'll both go in near the bottom of turn 1, drift up to the cushion, and race down the back straightaway. Whoa, trouble off of 4. Dan Hancock catches a piece of Aaron Turkey, and he'll go flipping to a stop off the corner.
Wow. Could have been a whole lot worse than it was. Dan Hancock and
What we got for you?
Yeah, it was a pretty good hit. A weird shakedown going into 3 and 4 and come to the corner. I tried to steer and it just felt like something gave way on the front end, and I was just along for the ride. I'm just glad. Hope Dan's okay. I knew more cars were coming, and I just braced up, and sure enough.
Well, you're smiling, laughing, Aaron. How about if Aaron Turkey, a 360 rookie here for the Styres crew? But another one bites the dust, as you can see, Nanaco's car being pushed back to the pit area as well.
very solid lick when we watch the replay there for Aaron Turkey.
And I'm getting some pictures from Jason Tolton from his crash, and I wish I knew what I was looking at, but I'm sure it's not a good thing.
Green flag out. McDeman leads him down the chute into corner number one with Westbrook, Farnham, Brown, and Horseman in tow. Here comes Turner looking for the fifth spot as he works to the inside of Horseman.
Out in front, Demand leads the way. Dylan Westbrook keeping him within striking distance. Just a few car lengths between the top two, and then Matt Farnham fading back just a little bit.
Off of corner four, McDeman works it across the stripe to complete lap number 7 in this one. 13 laps to go. As they work it down the backstretch, D-Dubs and Matt Farnham, your top three, evenly spaced apart.
I think lap traffic is where things are really going to get dicey here as Curtis Gartley gets out of shape in 1 and 2. Regaining control, but look at how quickly McDeman gobbles it up. This is where the race is going to be won and lost as McDeman heads to the inside.
Here he comes, works by Gartley now. D-Dubs gets kind of tangled up behind Gartley. He'll go down low in corner one. Gartley decides to go up high, and I believe he's going to pull it off into the pit area.
Once past Curtis Gartley, now McDeman back on the high side of the racetrack. Dylan Westbrook about 8 car lengths behind him as they race down into one. Back towards the bottom he goes. That surprises me a little bit as Dylan Westbrook heads to the outside. That may or may not work for Westbrook.
He's got Ryan Turner right in front of him. Demand on the bottom. Westbrook on the outside. They're wheel to wheel the line. That time by, it was D-Dubs with the lead of the lap. Josh Hansen around in corner 2, right in front of the leaders.
Wowzers. Who was leading at the straight? Or will they
that
go
time
back
by
a lap
was
back?
Dylan Westbrook, but it wasn't a complete lap, so I believe we'll go back to McDeman. Dylan had just taken the lead at the line, but the entire... All right, well, apparently they are going with Dylan Westbrook as the leader. McDeman second, going back to the green flag.
I like the line McDeman took to that restart. Up on the outside, slides Dylan Westbrook. Dylan going to cross him over and take back the lead.
Demand works the bottom side. Will try and get something to work off of corner 4, but Westbrook sets sail and now lengthens his advantage over Mac the man and Matt Farnham back there in third as Mitch Brown goes around in front of the pack. Good job by Scott Kruder to get out of the way of that one. Derek Jonathan, and I believe that is Holly Porter. Nope, sorry, Jim Hoopinen up there. Not so fortunate as they spin to avoid.
Well, Adam, to answer your question.
So under yellow, we'll see the white flag this time.
Nope, green.
Oh, I thought he gave the 2 to go signal last time.
Green flag is out. Well, who all's going to make it past the cone in the right order? That definitely was not right.
That got a little bit dicey there coming across the line as things stack up on the back straightaway.
I'm not sure, but I think Corey Turner got by before Matt Farnham did. We'll have to wait and see on that, but 7 laps left to go. Turner's up into the 3rd spot. It's Dylan Westbrook, Mac the man, Corey Turner, your top 3 on the track. One up high in corner 2, Derek Jonathan. We stay green.
Laps winding down. It'll be 5 laps remaining this time, and out in front, it's all Dylan Westbrook now with Mac the man about a dozen car lengths back of the race leader. The battle is on for 3rd, though, with Scott Kruder giving chase to Corey Turner.
Now Derek Jonathan will take it off the track as the leader's beginning to catch lap traffic again. Dylan Westbrook is the leader, catching Pete Richardson. Mac the man, oh, hard hit into the wall in corner 3 head on. Wow, that was a hard hit for Jared Horseman. And he throws the steering wheel out. That is great to see. Wow. That was a scary launch into the corner 3 fence. And I am very happy to see Jared Horseman climb out of the car, folks. He is there with the safety crew. Wow. That was one of the scariest crashes I've seen in a while.
Well, the crew was right here up on the scene, guys. Jared came up to him and said the brakes and the steering broke coming out of turn 2.
Wow.
So tough break for Jared Horseman. As you mentioned, they're here getting ready for the Nationals. Tough break for them. The car is all tangled in the fence here. May take us a moment to get it out.
We'll have a look at this replay.
Crashed on the back stretch of South Buxton. There were parts from the exit of corner 2 to the entry of corner 3, shredded it on the backstretch wall. That ended his racing career. Never seen him race again. So,
yeah, you remember those
ones.
Yeah. Yep.
Green flag is out. And Mac the man trying to catch D-Dubs. Oh, D-Dubs didn't get a great run in 2, but neither did DeMann.
DeMann had a fantastic run through 1 and 2 and then lost that momentum on the exit of 2. Whoa, we got another one up into the fence. That's Holly Port. No, it's not.
Nope.
Jim Hoopinen.
Wow. One of those races here tonight, folks, that just one problem after another.
You know, we had a great comment just come in from Matthew Lauren Philly on a Schweekend, definitely a bucket list item. That's exactly why we stream the races. Turner's turn to see what he can make happen. Coming to this restart in the Burger Barn, Ace 1 Construction, number 13.
2 totally different lines. Corey's working the bottom really well. Dylan up top where he likes to get it done. We'll see how this works out and plays out here with 3 laps left to go. Corey goes right to the bottom. They go single file past the cone and into corner 1.
Turner down on the inside. Mac the man trying up high once again, but
Kruder
loses a little bit of...
Left front is broken for Kruder. Turner piles in and goes over red flag. Sorry, Adam, but I saw it going through corner 2. Scott Kruder, the left front. was broken, and he was just trying to get the car to the infield, and Jamie Turner had nowhere to go and up and over. See Scott Kruger being attended to down to the infield. Jamie Turner. Nowhere to go, heavy wing damage on that main top wing.
And I think you'll see a fairly annoyed Jamie Turner. That's one of those wrecks where you just, there's nothing he could have done, but top wings are expensive, Greg.
Yeah. That they are. Sir, getting ready for that after the races tonight?
But no, I don't think I have. We did a charity race, goodness, it might be close to 20 years ago, 15 years ago anyhow, and I can't remember where it was.
Demand, Farnham, and Wood, your top five. Then you've got Steve Lyons back there in 6th, 7th, Holly Porter 8th, Ryan Turner 9th, Shane Ross 10th, Josh Hansen. 15 cars left in this 24-car field.
Corey Turner again around the inside through 1 and 2. He'll drift up towards the cushion, open the inside for Mac Demand. Demand sails it down into 3 to take over that second spot.
2 laps left to go for Dylan Westbrook. He has 4 wins on the season, looking to take the points lead back, but he's going to need some more distance between he and Mac Demand to do that tonight. White flag is out. One more time around for D-Dubs.
Dylan Westbrook leads the way down into 1 and 2, riding up on the cushion off the back straightaway, about 15 car lengths out in front of Demand.
Checkers out, win number 5 for 2019. D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook will pick up the win over Mac Demand, Corey Turner, Matt Farnham. And at the line, Ryan Turner will cross the line in 5th. Good comeback by Mitch Brown up into the 6th spot. 7th is Steve Lyons. 8th, Caleb Wood. 9th, Josh Hansen. And completing the top 10 will be Shane Ross. 11th is Holly Porter. 12th, John Burbridge. 13th, Tyler Rand. 14th, Pete Richardson.
Yeah, thank you. That was a real long race. There was so many restarts, and I knew I had to change it up a little bit, or else they'd everyone behind me would kind of figure it out where to go. But kept on kind of changing it up, and worked out pretty good. And the car was great. We could go high, low, anywhere. It just seemed like it got better as the race went on.
Who you want to thank, Dill?
Really got to thank Miles and Pam and Alex for supplying me with the car, and then all my crew and everyone, and all the sponsors that help out. But without all of them, we wouldn't be here.
Solid job.
Yeah, you never like losing to Dylan, but good points tonight, I guess. Lost a little bit to Dill, but just a bit too tight to run up where I wanted to run. I wanted to really get up there like Dylan was, and I just couldn't quite do it. But my team gave me a great car tonight. Dan Nanticoke's keeping my motor alive here. He's keeping me in the game here, so couldn't do it without Dan and my girlfriend and her family watching up in Sudbury. So just happy to be back. Happy the rain came last week, and solid second.
There you have it from Mac Demand. We'll get over here with Corey Turner. Corey, solid rebound for you in a race that kind of went on for a while. A touchy restart there. They were questioning about who got around the cone, but you guys all got around it clean. Talk about your eventful race tonight.
Yeah, a couple of the starts got bottled up a little bit, and you just got to lift a little, let the guy go, and then get back on it. But, no, we had a good car coming from 8th to a podium, with the level of competition here tonight. Jared Horseman, he's a good shoe down in Michigan, and these guys, they're coming searching for the $10,000 to win for the Nationals. So, the fields here have never been tougher. I really got to thank Gord and Jay and Celeste for giving us awesome stuff. It's my corn roast tonight in memory of my grandfather and my dad's birthday, so pretty cool to have my Uncle Todd and some of his old crew guys like Chad Nelson and Tim May and some of my friends from university here. So we're pleased with this run. We just got to keep digging, and hopefully we can get her done in a month or so.
There you have it from Corey Turner, our third-place runner. Mac Demand was second, and our winner, Dylan Westbrook, picks it up, guys, here in Mr. Transmission Victory Lane.
We race cars here, eh?
Got to get him inside, eh, before the snow starts flying, Hoser. Were you here the night I called some Australian guy a hoser online?
I think I was.
Ready to go with the mini stocks with their last chance qualifier.